The multiplication strategy you're going to learn now is called halving and doubling. To halve a number means to cut it in half, making it smaller, and to double means to make it twice as big. So we're going to do a strategy here where we do halving and doubling. Let's say you have a question like 14 times 5. Well, what halving and doubling means is to cut one of the numbers in half and to double the other number. Now, we can't cut 5 in half because it's an odd number, but we can cut 14 in half. Half of 14 is 7. So that's the halving part. Now we double the other number. So what's 5 doubled? It's 10. And now 7 times 10 is 70. And that's our answer. That's halving and doubling. Let's do another example together. Here's a question for you. 12 times 50. Well, that's pretty tough, but let's use this halving and doubling strategy. Let's cut one of these numbers in half. I'm going to cut the 12 in half. Half of 12 is 6. So that's the halving part. Now I have to double the other number. So if I double 50, I get 100. Now let's pretend I didn't know how to do that one. What I could do is halve and double again. So I could cut 6 in half again. Half of 6 is 3. And I could double 100 to 200. And now I bet I can answer that. I'll cross out my zeros. 3 times 2 is 6. And I tack my 2 zeros on. And there's your answer, 600. So 12 times 50 equals 600. Awesome. Should we do a tougher question now? All right. Here's a really tough one. Let's try 16 times 14. Oh boy, that's going to be tough, but I bet we can do it. So let's halve and double a number. I'm going to cut 16 in half, and I get 8. And then I'm going to double 14, but if I'm not sure what that is, I'm going to do some margin work over here. 14 and 14 is 28. Okay. Now, I don't know what 8 times 28 is at all. So you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to halve and double again. So I'm going to cut 8 in half, and I'm going to double 28. And if I'm not sure, let's do some margin work. All right, 4 times 56. You know what? I'm not sure what 4 times 56 is, so I can halve and double again. Half of 4 is 2, and if I double 56, I get 112. I don't know what that is, so you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to do halving and doubling one more time. Half of 2 is 1, and 112 doubled is 224. Well, now I know what 1 times 224 is. It's 224, and that's my answer. So that means 16 times 14 is 224. So we can do halving and doubling all the way down until we get to a multiplication question that's easy to answer. All right, let's try one more question for you. Here's a question for you. Halving and doubling. 11 times 7. Well, I can't cut 11 in half because it's an odd number. And I can't cut 7 in half because it's an odd number. What am I going to do? I guess for this one, you just have to come up with a different strategy, because halving and doubling works best when you have at least one even number that you can cut in half. You know what? Just for fun, let's do one more. 8 times 12. I'm going to cut the 12 in half, and I'm going to double the 8. 16 times 6. That's really hard. I don't think I can do that one. Well, I could cut the 16 in half and double the 6. Wait a minute. That's exactly what I started with. It's always best to continue cutting the same number in half. So instead, I should cut the 6 in half and double the 16. That's a tough one. How would I do 32 times 3? Well, I could do some margin work. 32 times 3 is like 32 plus 32 plus 32, right? 3 groups of 32. And there's my answer. So 8 times 12 is 96. Awesome.